Welcome to the STARS program, seniors taking active roles in society. And now, here's your host, ANITA FINLEY.
So many people call me and ask me, well, where should I put my mother because she's not doing very well? And, of course, that's a very big question. It depends on so many things. And that's why I'm very interested in finding out all the great places that love the seniors. And I say that in a very, very emphatic way because I have two people here who represent Artis. Artis is a senior living place in Boca Raton. And let me just say that when I met David LARSEN, when he was on the radio show, I fell in love with him, really. I mean, in a very nice way, I say that, because he is a very rare bird, and I'll say that word too. He's Director of Partnership Development at Artis Senior Living, but he's so much more than that. He is a compassionate, loving guy who happens to be working at Artis. Now, I don't know how that all happened, they found you, but I will say it was a great find. And you brought along the most beautiful woman, that's SHERYL Taylor. So I'm sure when SHERYL walks down the halls of Artis, women stop and men stop and want to know who she is. You know, it's unusual to see someone that looks like that in a senior living community. Isn't that true?
Well, I do have to say, first of all, thank you for having us. But I do have to say that we're going to have a hard time getting in the car now because our heads are so big from all these compliments that you gave us.
But I think it's important because I'm sure you don't always get compliments, because people who come to Artis and to other senior facilities, sometimes they're sick, they have attitudes, their kids don't know what they're doing, and it takes a group like you to change that. Isn't that true, David?
At times that is true. You know, sometimes the family members, they're at the end of the rope. They can't do it anymore. And they're looking for help. They're looking our way for help.
Yeah, because they don't know what to do. And, you know, we're there to help them. You know, so when they walk in and they're stressed and upset, you know, that's expected. They don't know.
So, SHERYL, how did you get it? I mean, you probably could have been a movie actress, and now you're here at a senior living. Tell me how you got involved with this. I know that David's a social worker. What are you?
I got a degree in marketing. So it wasn't even an option at the time. I wasn't looking into senior living. I was selling newspaper ads. And so I wanted to get out of that and try something different. And 15 years ago I started in the industry, and I love it.
15 years ago?
Yeah, I love it because it's such a rewarding job.
It is.
You know, helping people, and, you know, like David said, they come to us because we're the last hope sometimes. They don't know what to do.
Well, David and I talked about this when he was on the show a month ago, that a lot of people don't expect to find a David there, someone who goes above and beyond what typical, I would call typical social workers or marketing people. Of course, your title is interesting. It's Director of Partnership Development, which it is a partnership. So tell us how you foresee all this. I mean, when you go to work in the morning, maybe you've had a bad day or something, and you come in, what do you see and what do you think?
As soon as I open the doors, I realize that on my worst day, it's not as bad as their best day sometimes. So I don't have bad days when I walk in the door. I really don't. I leave any kind of problems that I have, I leave them at home, because the residents and the family members, they need me. They need the best of me, not just the mediocre of me. They need the best of me.
And you have a good memory, so you remember their names.
Oh, I sure do. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I remember everybody's names, yes. But
and you remember what they do. I know you told us about people playing piano and people doing all sorts of things.
We have this wonderful program. It's called Partnership Profile, and that is filled out by the family members before the residents even come into our building. So I pass this out to our entire team, so everybody knows maybe their nickname or what they enjoy, what they used to like to do, what they did for a living. Did they like what they did for a living? Because a lot of us, we work to make money. And if somebody say, do you like what you do? A lot of times they'll say no. So we ask them, well, what did you want to do? Well, I think my mother wanted to be a dancer, or she wanted to be an actress. So we kind of work on that. When they do come in the community, we have music playing, and we encourage them to dance. We encourage them to do what they wanted to do.
And so tell me, what is a perfect profile of a person who would do well at Artis Senior Living?
I was just going to say a profile that's filled out. Somebody that needs help. Somebody that,
How much help? I mean, that's, they have all different degrees now of senior living. So explain to us what you would say to someone who came in and what kind of questions you would ask to see if it's the right fit.
Well, I definitely would try to find out about the situation, what's going on at their current situation at home. They obviously reached out to us for a reason. Something's not working at home. A lot of times family members think, having an in-home caregiver is great. But the big piece that they're missing is a socialization for their loved one. Sometimes, they don't know the different options, as far as bringing somebody into our community. It's a whole piece, structure, consistency, routine, having a staff, make sure they get nutritious meals that are caring for them. If they need care, we're trying to, let them keep their independence as long as possible. So when we say partner, we truly partner with the resident, and then we also partner with the family, so they can kind of let go and, be the child again instead of the caregiver.
So how much dementia can someone have to be a good person to come there?
We have residents on all different spectrums. We have a community that right now is our last community it's our last neighborhood within our community that we just opened. And that is for our more higher functioning residents so that they too can interact with other residents that are like themselves.
Okay. So you are able to position people depending on their needs. This is what I'm feeling.
Oh, absolutely.
Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
So David,
Yes.
when, and I have to say this, that I just finished talking with a psychoneurologist who was she was talking about, unfortunately, in the senior world, there are people who bully people, bully seniors. They bully each other.
Wow.
And she works with those kinds of people. And so if you see anyone taking advantage of someone else, another senior, what would you do?
Well, we need to redirect them. Mm-hmm. Because most of the times, or all of the times in our community, they, like I said the last time, they have a broken brain. Mm-hmm. It's not a memory disorder. They have a broken brain. Their hearts are still there, but their brains are broken. So because of that, nothing that they do in our community we consider inappropriate. Mm-hmm. Because it's not. It's what they know to do. So if we feel like they are what you're calling bullying, then we need to redirect them. We need to bring them into a better place. Maybe they need some music. Maybe they just need a quiet space. They've been agitated. Something agitated them. So we have to get them out of that.
That's a very good answer. That's an answer I would like to have said myself, but I could count on it with you, and I knew that's what something you would do, because it's kind of people, whether they're children or millennials or seniors, they all have, as you say, whether they're broken brains, but they have their own attitude. Mm-hmm. And if they like something or if they dislike is when they're going to act it out. Mm-hmm. And so
correct.
You try to figure out what it is.
Mm-hmm. We try to figure out what it is, and then we redirect, and it works.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
So, Cheryl, marketing, are you just marketing this one artist in
Correct.
Boca?
Mm-hmm. I'm more of an internal marketer. Mm-hmm.
I see. And how many residents can you have at this artist?
64.
Oh, that's interesting. That's not many. So
No.
that means everybody is going to get very personalized care.
And then within that 64, we have 4 different individual neighborhoods. So they'll only have 16 per neighborhood.
Yes, I was very impressed with that when I saw it. And that's really been a key. It's when people go into these huge communities where there are hundreds of people it frightens them, and people don't understand that.
They just become a number. It's very overwhelming to them. And even so, within our community, maybe the common space where a lot of the activities take place might be too much for them. So they can stay within their neighborhood, beautiful fireplace, sit by the fireplace. Activities can go on in there as well. So they don't have to leave.
That's really a great idea. Everybody has a neighborhood, and it's not just a huge... a huge retirement community.
And it looks like a neighborhood, too. When we call them neighborhoods, each section of our community looks like a different neighborhood. When you walk to the front, it has a different facade. So then when our residents are going going home, they recognize maybe that red brick or that yellow siding. They'll recognize it. They'll say, oh, this is my home.
Oh, that's very clever that you did that. Let me tell everybody, my guests are David Larsen, who's the Director of Partnership Development, and SHERYL Taylor, who is the Marketing Director, and it's the Artis Senior Living. And if you're interested in either a tour or calling them, just get your pencils out. Remember, this is Pencil Talk Radio. It's 561-989-9945. And I'll repeat that, 561-989-9945. And many of you are on the web, so this is their website, Artis, which is ARTIS, ArtisSeniorLiving.com, ArtisSeniorLiving.com. So, David, last time when you were here, I don't think we talked about lectures and seminars. Do you have them, educational seminars for your residents?
We have them at least once a month. It's in Dr. SHERYL, right?
Dr. Brody was just in.
That's right. Dr. Brody is a very fine, outstanding. What did he talk about?
The brain.
The brain, exactly. And so you try to get maybe once a month someone from the outside to do this?
He's coming, isn't he coming at the end of March?
I believe Dr. Brody is definitely coming back at the end of March. I do believe so.
But this isn't for outside people.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. It's for
everyone. It is open to anybody and everybody.
This is what you should do. Boomer Times has a seminar page, and you need to put it on the seminar page. I don't know if you've done that yet. Anybody that you have that's coming, you want the outside, population to come, we'll put it in on our seminar page.
Oh, definitely.
Because he's a well-known doctor.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, that's a very exciting thing. So we'll have to get together and do that, all right?
Definitely.
And we're also on Facebook. So look up Artis Senior Living of Boca Raton. Make sure it says Boca Raton, because we do have some other communities on the East Coast.
They belong to your company, but they're just not you.
Right.
They don't have you, right?
No, they don't.
You'll see a lot of pictures. You'll see a lot of events that we've had. We just had the personal ponies come in the day
real ponies?
Real ponies. They came in the day after Valentine's. So we extended our love, and it was a love for animals. And we had a barbecue, and we had the ponies come in, and they were able to, our residents were able to walk the ponies and pet the ponies, brush their hair, and then get their pictures taken with the ponies. And families were invited too. We had a wonderful barbecue. We had a huge turnout.
I never heard of that before. That was brilliant.
We had a great time. We really had a great time.
Personal ponies.
Yes.
Oh, my heavens. And they're little, aren't they small?
Tiny, yeah.
Now, that was clever. Did you arrange that?
I did arrange that, yeah. I've known them for a while. It's a volunteer. It's a volunteer organization that they come and they volunteer. And then they ask for donations, of course, to help feed the ponies. But it was a wonderful time. We have some nice programs. As a matter of fact, we have a program. It's called I Can. And what it is when our families move in, they're not leaving a life behind. They had a life. They were a mother, a grandmother. They did things. So what we're doing is we're making sure that they still are able to reach out to the community and still live the way they used to live. And I have some residents that are animal lovers. They just love, especially dogs. They love dogs. So last weekend I came in on Sunday and we made a recipe for dog bones. And I have the bone, the cutter, the little, the tin to make them look like bones. And we baked these. And today we're going at 3 o'clock. I have a small group of ladies who love dogs. we're going to the Tri-County Humane Society, and we're dropping these bones off to the community there, and letting them know that we want to give back. We want to be a part of the community still. We're not behind closed doors. We're not a locked facility. We're an open community, and that's what we are. We live life the way we used to live life.
David,
it's not over.
You're a gem. I would say that. Boy, Cheryl, that
I
was
don't have to do anything.
No, I know that, but it's so exciting, isn't it?
It is. It's an amazing community.
Yeah, but it really depends. I always say it's not the bricks and mortar. It's really the people who are in there who do this. And so you have figured this out. I love that. I've never heard of that. I have heard of people going on horses for people who have Parkinson's and other kinds of diseases, because there's something about a horse, and these are very gentle horses, but nothing like, the ponies. That's a wonderful idea. I guess you'll have to have them back again because they love them so much, right?
They're hard. Well, they're in great demand, so I have to book them like 6 months ahead of time.
Yeah, I can see that.
But they're coming back. They're coming back in the summer.
All right, now let's talk about entertainment. I think that when you see older adults, they wait for entertainment. Do you sing? Who sings? Do you sing, Cheryl?
Oh, no. You got David right here. He sure does.
Does he
sing.
really?
Yeah.
He sings. How did you get so lucky to get a singer,
I have
too?
no idea.
Yeah, I
What do
do.
you sing?
I like to sing. Anything. I like the oldies.
Well,
I like some Frank Sinatra. I like what our residents like.
Yeah, well,
of course, I'm not going to do any Lady Gaga because, you know,
you don't look like Lady Gaga.
I don't sound like her either. But,
Irish, now there's some wonderful, I'm sure you have some Irish people who are staying there. And, we have the big day coming up.
St. Patty's
March,
Day. Well,
right?
I'm
David's
Irish.
as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, you're going to sing all the wonderful. You have to invite me. That's going to be very nice.
There's going to be a large party.
I would say so. With green cookies.
Green cookies, and we'll probably be doing a barbecue again because I love the grill.
And people
it's
like the
Florida,
barbecue because they
outside.
can eat with their fingers too if they want. If you're cooking ribs and all.
And also, you eat with your you eat with your senses. So they smell the grill and they can see the smoke, and it's just a wonderful experience. We eat with our eyes right. So
I'm getting a feeling that this is a TV show. that we just didn't figure out yet, because it sounds like you're having too much fun and they're having fun, and this is what it's supposed to be. I think that you understand that, and you've talked about this. This is not a sad place where people are just put away, right? That's what you're really appealing to.
Yeah,
people who don't want to do that. And the word put away, I just went to assess a lady yesterday, and her sister said, I think I have to put my sister away. And I says, well, then this is the wrong place, because you're not going to be putting her away. I said, she's going to still be functioning and enjoying her life. I said, so putting away, I don't know, that must be a very old term.
Well, and at the same time, too, though, you have to understand, back in those days, they didn't have communities like this. So these people, they don't know it's there. It's not the convalescent nursing home. It's a new beginning. It's a new chapter in their life.
Yeah, you make it sound like that. That's
exactly what it is.
So let me just tell everybody again, this is such an exciting thing to have people like this on my radio show, because just as Cheryl said, yes, people say, I don't want to go to a nursing home. And, of course, nobody wants to go to a nursing home, but it doesn't have to be like that. That's what Cheryl's saying. So David Larsen's the Director of Partnership Development at Artis Senior Living, and he brought along beautiful Cheryl Taylor, who is the Marketing Director. She has a lot of fun marketing you, I'm sure. And this is where people living with a cognitive disorder can feel respected, heard, engaged, and hopeful. They have a very experienced team, and they really love what they do. So if you'd like a tour to see how Artis Senior Living elevates and enriches their residential memory care, Artis Senior Living is located at 5910 North Federal Highway in Boca, and the address and the phone number is 561-989-9945. And go on their website to artisseniorliving.com, and also to Facebook, because they're also on Facebook, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we are.
Well, let's go back now to the families. It's one thing to do very well with the residents, but sometimes families, and I have tried to tell them, don't interrupt what's going on at that beautiful community because they can have their own little ideas, and then it turns off the resident, and then that's not good. Have you noticed families, they come in, maybe when they first come in, they can be they don't know, and they're worried.
But at the same time, for us, we get to know our residents, but we have to get to know our families, too. You have to walk in their shoes and find out where they're coming from. A lot of them, too, they don't live in this. They don't understand it. So educating the families, being a support team for the families, because we're there first and foremost for our residents, but we also are there for the families. We talk to them. Our communication is 100% with them. And then we also have support groups within our community as well.
Oh, that's excellent. So, Cheryl, are you finding that most of these people have lived down here, or they're coming from another place?
A lot of them are from other places that have moved to Florida or here 6 months. But a lot of them are from the Boca area, just have seen it being built and, just want to come in. And
when one problem that I've seen is that they always say, well, we have to sell my house first. And it's like, well, why don't you first go to Artis and then let someone sell your house while you're there, right? Is that what you would say?
Mm-hmm. Well, and a lot of it is a need driven. They try the whole, caregiver at home, and it just doesn't work out. Or the spouse is trying to do everything they can out of guilt. They don't want to place them somewhere because they feel like they've abandoned them or given up. And that's so not the case. That's why we partner with the spouse and with the resident.
That's great. Do you have any family couples who live there?
We have several.
Why don't we talk about that? That's a wonderful thing.
It's a beautiful thing.
We had a Valentine's Day. We had a couples-only Valentine's luncheon. And we have a beautiful second floor. It's like a 2-story. It looks like it's outdoors. It's absolutely gorgeous. Mm-hmm. And I set that up Valentine's style. And we had, it was 22 people total. So it was 11 couples that we had invited to this party. We had a full meal. And then, of course, I had to sing a little bit for them. I just
some of
everybody
Sinatra.
They had to suffer. They had to
them.
suffer through about 20 minutes of my voice.
Oh, I'm sure they didn't suffer.
It really was nice because I got before these couples left. They said to me, "Thank you so much." One gentleman looked at me. I'm sorry, one lady looked at me and she said, "I want to thank you." She said, "This could be the last Valentine's that I spend with my husband." She said, "So this was such a wonderful Valentine."
I have goosebumps on that one.
We have a lot of loving couples.
Yeah, we do. And we even have, the T in artist is treasuring each person's uniqueness, respecting and maintaining the relationship is the R. So on Valentine's Day, we had a few residents that were in the hospital. It was 2 gentlemen, to be exact, and their spouses obviously go visit them on a regular basis. So what we did is we went to the hospital, took flowers, helped them sign a card to their wife. So when their wife came, there's flowers from their husband.
That's beautiful.
We're trying to keep that.
Yeah, you really do. Yeah. And so do you have on staff, you're the social worker, but do you have a psychologist or someone else who's working on all this with you?
Yeah, we don't have them per se on staff from us. We do have psychologists. We have everybody that comes in-house. They come in, so they don't have to go out.
Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. But I think that artists certainly now, I want to ask you, this is fairly new in Boca. I know you've only been open, a few months or 6 months, a year?
It was May 29th. That was our first resident moved in May 29th.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's fairly new. But they have experience at other places, don't they? Where are some of their other locations? You have some in Florida?
New Jersey. No. Well, actually, there'll be one in Davie. They haven't broke ground. Did they break ground?
Yeah, they have broke ground. Okay. They just broke ground.
Okay, yeah. So that'll be opened at some point.
So there'll be 2 here, but then so they got their experience up north.
Correct. Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
It's something that's been well needed, really well needed.
Yeah.
Because I've been around doing this for a long time, and when it first happened, I'll just tell you a little history. When senior housing first started, they were independent, and they were expecting people in their 60s to come rushing to live in those communities. That never happened. So what happened next, there were people who needed a little bit more care, and then that became assisted living. but the assisted living was an afterthought. So it was never geared to do it properly like you all. You went into this knowing what they needed, like the pods that you were talking about.
Everything is designed for somebody with a broken brain, from the color of the carpet to the contrast of the walls to their china on the table. Everything has been placed there for a
no
reason.
paper plates.
No, absolutely not.
She just jumped out of her chair.
No.
Okay, but how about the food? Tell me, would I enjoy eating there?
I eat there every day. I love it. It's a Mediterranean diet. Everything is cooked fresh. And, we really go off of, we partner with the residents and go off their schedule. So we have a resident that doesn't wake up until 9:30 in the morning. And when he wakes up, they cook him his hot breakfast. It's not, saran wrapped and put in a microwave. Everything is fresh.
And yesterday we had our monthly meeting. It's called Time to Dish, a little play on words. And we have the residents tell us what they want. So they gave us some ideas. Next month, we're going to have 2 events. We're going to have Italian night. Yeah. And, of course, the whole day will be Italian-themed.
You're going to sing Italian songs. I know this already, right? But I want to get invited to one of these times.
We'd love to have you.
You're more than welcome to come
Absolutely.
by.
When you're singing, please.
As soon as you walk in the door, I'll grab the microphone.
Okay, so they actually decided that that's what they would like, and they told you all.
Mm-hmm. They told us what they want, and we go by that. Yeah.
Good for you.
It's their home.
I'm so happy, and I know that people who are out there in the market for a beautiful senior lifestyle are going to call you, and it's really important that you keep doing this and that we keep promoting you, because we'll put you in on the seminar page to let people know, okay?
Absolutely.
So thank you very much, David Larsen and SHERYL Taylor, and we'll have you back again.
Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.